You're such an asshole.
So I had originally set out to find some UK Daily Mail sun.uk.co email or article because they were more common 10, 15, 5, 10 years ago, where shock, horrors, UK old spinster has money taken by Middle Eastern, Moroccan, handsome guy. And there was for a while, there's a trend where the Middle Eastern dudes were like, hey, let's get these dumb old washed up UK broads down here. Like, oh, yeah, I love you, baby. Sure. Yeah. Oh, my family is poor. We need money sent down. You can visit, sure, unless you leave in 2 days, right? Because I got another old hag coming down here. She's also giving me her ex-husband's money that she got in a divorce. And I wanted to find one of those pictures. I couldn't find it. And then I saw the one, which I think it's a joke dating website. I'm like, there we go. That's what I need. So this is kind of an interesting question from a lady. Hi, Cappy. I got another video request if interested. Can you discuss the socioeconomic paradox of youngish men staying in a relationship, not necessarily marriage for financial reasons, even though attraction is far and gone? Doesn't seem very minimalist, though. Could be. Well, it is minimalist because essentially they're living at home. They can have their cake too. Thanks for all you do. We'll keep you anonymous. Well, you kind of answered it. The biggest expense people have is lodging. And if you can get a sugar mama to pay for it, well, yeah. I mean, heck, you get a sugar mama to pay for your life. You know, I don't know how many British pounds these dumb UK spinsters gave all the Moroccan dudes, but I'm sure a pound goes a lot further than whatever the Moroccan currency is. You could live off of that. But it's not necessarily, for lack of a better word, a gigolo relationship. Where that's the case. I mean, it kind of all depends. So let's talk about the most common one. All right. Why men would stick with a girl they're not necessarily attracted to anymore. And they're not even young in that case. With the young thing kind of threw a little curveball in there, but that'd be married men who don't want to get divorced because they got kids. All right. Or married men because they're worried they're going to lose more money. So it isn't really a financial incentive on their part, except to protect their finances, not getting anything out of the gal. But that's probably the number one reason why men stick with women they don't like anymore. It's because they foolishly got married, they had kids, and now their assets and their children are effectively being held hostage by the threat of divorce. And so that I guess would be the pluralistic most common one. Then you have, as it pertains to younger men, he said, a lot of younger guys will cohabitate with women because the cost of housing has gone up so much because we made money printer go burr, especially during Obama, especially during Trump, and it looks like Biden's going to throw his hat into the ring there too. And so a lot of guys and you got to look at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You need to eat and you need lodging. And that supersedes sex. But if you could get 2 in 1, you're like, it's good. I mean, you're just talking about survival. And I know a lot of guys say, don't cohabitate with a girl. It's not worth it to save on rent. I mean, they're right. But what if you could eat? You know, what about that? So that keeps a lot of people, men and women, in relationship. You could argue the same point with women. Women will stay with atrociously bad men. I know we slam on women because I'm thinking constructive criticism of women, but men are scumbags too. And you girls will stick with that guy. Why? Because he's got the money. No different than why does every millennial stay at home? Why does every Gen Zer stay at home? Like, it's hard. I'm depressed. I'm sad. Well, why don't you leave? You know, I live at home with my parents. Well, why don't you get a job and leave? Oh, that would require me finding a job. All right. Well, then you are okay living in a not good living situation. It doesn't matter if it's an abusive boyfriend, husband, abusive wife / girlfriend, or strict parents. You live with someone, you got to deal with them. Not even deal with their rules. That would be if you're a kid, but you have to deal with the other person. But that's another reason is finances. And I'm somewhat more forgiving about finances because, yeah, you don't want to be homeless. You need to eat. Imagine all the problems that would go away if people stopped having kids they couldn't afford and we stopped majoring in stupid stuff. I wonder what would happen. I wonder if we'd be in these problems. Huh. Take a look at the notes. Another reason guys stick with gals, especially when they're younger, is they don't want to hurt your feelings. They really feel bad about hurting your feelings, and they're afraid and they're cowards, and they don't want to go through that hard conversation of, I don't like you anymore, go away. Plus, there's always this element, like no guy, like, well, okay, some guys do, I guess, could absolutely detest and hate the women they're with and are stuck there because of a threat of divorce and losing their children. But very few guys 100% detest or dislike their girlfriend, wife, whoever they're living with. They do love them on a certain level. And so a lot of it is just laziness in combination with the cowardice. They don't want to get rid of the gal. Fear. They want to get rid of the girl. I've been there. I think every guy has. Of course, I was younger, though. But that's another reason why guys stick with gals that, they're not that good looking or they've lost it or whatever. These guys don't like it. Nowhere to go. And then also here's another thing. And you wouldn't. I'm not slamming on you. You would never understand this, but do you know what it takes to get a girl that is even slightly tolerable? Do you know how taxing that is to go on date after date after date with different, and then you find one you like. You're like, wow, I really like this one. And then that just to get to that stage is a tremendous expenditure of calories, of energy, money, time, and resources. And the guys don't want to go back. It's like buying a good, reliable car. You do all this research, you do all this test driving, you know, all this stuff. You finally buy that one, and all cars, well, not all cars, they inevitably decay right away. Now the girl could get fat. She starts nagging if you didn't name red pill stuff. But my point is, you don't want to immediately then get rid of that car. You'd rather try to repair it. You'd rather try to drive when the signal doesn't work because you don't want to go through the penury and painassery of getting and finding a new reliable car. And this is why you have to, just like you have to maintain a car, you got to keep the girlfriend, wife in check. You have, and that becomes taxing and tiring. I mean, you want to know that and if you girls want to keep the guy around, it's very simple. Be nice, be thin, sexually satisfying. That's it. Just be a good car. I'm not a car. Okay, fine. And when the guy is like sad and depressed and doesn't want to go out and he escapes to video games and spend more time on the internet than he does with you, don't complain. But yeah, that's another reason, guys, is it took so long to get a good gal, and then when the good gal from your, you don't see it, but no guy goes out with a girl that's ugly, or at least one he's not physically attracted to. At one time, she was attractive enough and well-behaved enough, he decided to commit to her on some capacity or level. Almost immediately, that decays and drops off. That's where you see the meme of the joke where there's the bride getting kissed, and she's looking up over here. She got a smile on her face, and the guy's giving her a kiss on the cheek. She's like, now I can get fat. And it's so true. It's not even a joke. It's sad. It's absolutely true. And so the woman decays. So does the man, no doubt, as well. And then you see this guy, or maybe he doesn't decay as much. You're like, how is that guy with that girl? Well, at one time she was pretty. It's too much of a pain in the ass to go get the other. Because here, look at your competition. I mean, now, if you're a good-looking, in-shape gal, all right, you may not like, why would a guy go out with, well, but you're the exception to the rule. Go look at all the girls out there, and you'll look like, wow, yeah, a girl who isn't that much overweight and doesn't nag them or whine or complain that much. I mean, it really is that most guys will have to settle for women with another man's child or children, or other men's children, plural. That's how bad it is. And this is I guess this is out. So why do men stick with women that are what they're no longer physically attracted to? Women act at a cartelish nature, unconsciously, but a very tight-knit cartel. And as a group, they all just unconsciously decide, well, we're going to get fat. We're going to become insufferable. We're not going to be marriage material. We're going to bring other men's children. It's not going to be shameful. And we decided, what are you going to do about it? We got a monopoly. We're the cartel. We got the world's most precious commodity right here. You think OPEC owns the greatest cartel monopoly commodity in the world? Mm-mm. And cartel and OPEC, they are a real cartel. They operate. It's the same thing. This is the commodity you all want. We're going to act like a cartel. And we're going to cut our oil with flour and sand. And here's your low-grade fuel. I even did a meme one time, like you go Sophia Loren, 93 octane, Jennifer Aniston, 91. What's her name? Winona Ryder, 89 octane. And I go down, I switched the 3 and the 9 to 39 octane. I think I put in Tess Holiday. There's your option. There's your fuel. Hope you like it. Hope your engine doesn't blow up. And that's why guys kind of stick with what they got, whether they're physically attracted to the gal or anymore or not. But sometimes, and then the most blatant reason for financial reasons is, it's a sugar mama. No guy is really attracted. No guy in Morocco or Algeria or Tunisia really liked the fat, wrinkly, washed up UK spinster. They really didn't enjoy having sex with her. But, for 50,000 British pounds of her deceased husband's money, yes, they will. Yes, they will. They'll hold their nose. They'll say the things. Whatever, as long as you leave in 2 days, sweetheart, because I got another one coming in. I hope you guys made off like bandits. I hope you made a ton of money. I sincerely hope. I hope you got good lives now. I really do. I hope so. I said, can you expand a little bit? I talk about guys sticking with sugar mama or married men who don't want to get divorced. It says men who stick around instead of breaking up and divorcing. Example, a guy approached, courted, etc. Hot girl, meanwhile, has a beach whale of girlfriend cohabitant who wasn't fat once upon a time. Yeah, I mean, and here's another thing to consider, and girls are the same way. Like, there's gals that will sexually satisfy you, and there's gals that will emotionally satisfy you. Hopefully it's the same one. But, if you find a gal that's really nice and she cooks for you and whatever else, doesn't bother you too much but then she gets fat, and then the guy's going to go look. But he doesn't want to give up the nice gal because she's nice to him. And I know that's irrational, but if you like her, you can, here, guys, you want to do something funny? Tell your girlfriend or your wife to lose weight. Do that. See if that works. See how well that works. It is like, no, it doesn't. You go get another one. That's how simple it is. You get a side piece. You get a mistress or something. It's been going on since time immemorial, at least in France. But that's another reason why it's like, well, no, she's the mother of my children. She is nice and kind. And it's getting out there. I apologize to you because maybe it's unfair to you, but the better looking girls it's getting out there. Men are like the hot crazy matrix. Okay, look out for that one. And it's sad. There'll always be simps. There'll always be guys that go after pretty girls, but more and more, a higher percentage of men day by day are like, okay, if she's really good looking, you got to be careful. Especially a guy that might have a gal, like, okay, let's say you're a guy, you got a gal, all right? And you want to go have a mistress. Well, wait a minute. That girl's real good looking. What's going to happen? She going to narc? She going to whine and complain? Will I then get divorced? And I don't know what the court of laws are in different countries and different states, but I'd imagine infidelity, you lose. The court don't find you that nice anymore, and that doesn't bode well for your child support or alimony. But that's just in general dating. Forget leaving a girl or not. If you're a particularly good-looking gal, a fewer and fewer percentage of men are like, oh yeah, I'll commit. They'll have sex, but they're not going to commit. And if you find these married men, you girls have this thing like, oh, he's married. I want a married man. Ooh, naughty. Ooh, and you're pretty guy. They'll be like, no. It's not the 80s anymore. It meant the word's getting out. Guys are like, oh, no. So there you go. Any super chats? We got DJ After. Dubo, I'm bankrupt and Bipsy is divorcing me, bro. Wait, you're Dave Ramsey? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He was never divorced. He did file for bankruptcy. I just wanted to. What's Aaron Claire like? Hey, he's just like Dave Ramsey. Really? Yeah, except he's not Christian. What else? He never filed for bankruptcy. Oh. Just saying I'm that guy. Oh, and I curse a lot too. You know what else never happened to me? Divorce. Oh, dodged 3 bullets there from Dennis Prager. Let's go. Michael Morgan, 314. Have a pie on me. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. Good old nerd humor there. We're caught up. All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.